Good afternoon, everybody. It's your brother Anthonio here. Christmas has gone. It's a new day. It's Boxing Day. People are going to go spend more money, and I'm deciding to stay at home and make a video. Don't mind the noise. I got some birds, and they hear me talking, so they want to know what's going on. But I just want to share some insights with you guys about several conversations that I had with four particular people over the last couple of days, and the impact that I've made upon them, whether it's through a video, through just personal relationship, or just meeting them on the road. What I want to share with you guys was just some deep thoughts, which I have all the time, and what I think about all the time. Just kind of giving you guys a little bit of a window into how I see the world and how I deal with people. And just a lot has gone on. I'm not a person who celebrates holidays and birthdays as everybody else does. I kind of treat every day the same. It's a blessing to me to be alive, to be well, to have a roof over my head and all those types of things. But I did speak to many other people since I've been making these videos, and it's been a blessing, man. It's been a real blessing to me in showing me that God is working through this device and reaching to people, you know? I know some people have heard me their whole life and it doesn't really register to them, but that's fine, you know? That's good. I'm trying to reach the people who haven't heard from me in a long time or have never heard from me. So the four things that I heard this weekend were one of my closest people to me were sharing some thoughts and wanted to ask me a question about the podcast that they heard, which is not actually the podcast. So that was the first thing I had to tell them. These are just an intro. So I know a lot of people are getting it mixed up, but the podcast will be dropping in January. But I was able to talk to him and let him know his question, and I answered it correctly. He believed he was right. He just wasn't sure. And as a new believer, as someone that's come to faith, there's a lot of questions we have. And we're not sure, but we do believe. And sometimes we just need to talk to a brother or sister in Christ who've been in the faith for a long time, just to reassure them and encourage them, brother, you're on the right track. You know, we get it. So that was the first person. The second person I spoke to was someone that I met at Tim Hortons, someone who I constantly meet on the roads. And I was there and I ended up, you know, doing some things for him, and I asked if he wanted prayer. He said he didn't want prayer. He was going through some stuff. I said, that's fine. You know, but I was just there for him. I told him, you know, if you ever need a call, you could call me. You know where my house is. You could come. You know, I invited you to get some food yesterday if you wanted to come over. You know, trying to meet him where he's at and try to meet his needs. The next thing that happened was speaking to a couple other people over the phone and through voice notes, and they were just really appreciative of my vulnerability, the sense that I have to connect with the people through the phone, which is my biggest goal, and just personal engagement, whether it's through comments, voice notes, or even a phone call. But most of the people that I know them in person, and I'm going to see them. So it was just really cool to be able to spend time this Christmas with them and hear what they had to say. And really what came to my mind was I was doing laundry today, and the thing I looked up at the TV, and the day after Christmas, when everybody's happy, everybody's joyous, everybody's opened up gifts and all of these things, the first thing I see on the news, CP24, was Canadians are lonely. And I'm like, how do you put that up a day after supposedly one of the joyous days of the year, one of the most joyous days of the year, right? And it was just like, you know, this is why I don't watch the news, especially mainstream news. It's just always negative. And I'm just like, a day after, you guys are already talking about loneliness with Canadians. But it just made me realize that, you know, we are all lonely. And no matter what type of gift we get, no matter what type of appreciation we get, and all the thanks and all of that, the next day life hits, right? And what do we do from there? So I just really thought about, man, like, let me, you know, talk to my viewers, to my followers, to the listeners, or even a random person that, you know, stumbles upon this. We need to understand, like, regardless of the day, you know, we're alive, we got to give thanks. And realize there's no amount of gifts that we get that will fulfill that space in ourselves. And it's just, I spent a lot of my Christmas day and today just speaking to people as I always do. And it just hurt to really hear some of the people say they don't have family, they couldn't talk to no one. I'm going through a rough time right now. And there's others that were happy, joyous, they got all the gifts in the world, the best gift that they never thought they would get. And it's just like there's a contrast between people who are praising God and thanking God for all these things, and then you have another set of people who are questioning God and wondering, why is this happening to me? And I hope that you guys are able to think about these things and to message me, to call me, to even meet me up in person, or just shout me out on one of my platforms and reach out to me and we can talk. Because in life, there's always people that are going through good times and there's people that's going through bad times. And I tend to go to the people that are going through bad times because I want to be the encouragement to them and be there for them and make them feel that they are the most important person to me at that point in time. I never want to leave a person without letting them know I am there for them in whatever possible way I can. All right? So hopefully you guys are blessed by this video. I appreciate all you guys, and stay tuned. There will be a video coming out sometime this week. Not sure. I'm not going to put any more dates because I've never met the deadline yet. So I just have to talk to myself and yell at myself for not meeting the deadline. But I am learning. I am growing. I'm looking at the camera a lot more. I'm getting better. And I'm just grateful that I took that first step of putting myself out there and not worrying. And God has blessed me in so many ways that I can write a book about it. So I love you guys. Merry Christmas to all of my people that I know. And the new year is coming. So, let's be focused. Let's give thanks to the Lord and let him know how much we are blessed to make it through this day. Because there's a lot of people that go to sleep tonight and they're not going to wake up in the morning, right? So every day we wake up, give thanks to the Lord because he's the one that's sustaining us. Love you guys.